Okay guys, let's finish this chapter. This is SlimKirby. Welcome back to more Fire Emblem Path of Radiance. We're in the final turns of this chapter. I don't see this level going more than 3 more turns, to be honest. There's one more Raven that appears, like it appears as a reinforcement, like right after this turn. And of course, we'll be battling the boss next turn, so we will have to take out that reinforcement Raven because this is a route chapter and not a eliminate boss chapter or a seize or escape or arrive chapter. So we do have to take out all the enemies, including reinforcements that arrive even while the boss is still living. So yeah, we have quite a bit of work to do. But thankfully the rest of this chapter shouldn't be that hard. Now, there is one instance in this next turn, this enemy turn, that scared the living hell out of me. And it is this. Now, I mean, Nephany still had like 11 health left, but if Seeker attacked again, and I had no idea what Nephany's speed was at that point, and since she's only at level 8, I figured her speed would not be that high. So if Seeker attacked again, Nephany would have died, and I would probably start the chapter over again. I am so very happy she did not die, because if she died, I would be pissed off. So as I said in the last video, our next duty is to actually weaken Seeker, because, well, it'll take him a few hits before he actually dies. He can take a wind spell and a bow attack relatively easy, so he could be quite a challenge if we're not careful. Okay, so let's see. Don't know what happened there. The recording kind of glitched up, but I didn't lose any footage or anything. I think I'm going to go ahead and attack with Oscar. Okay, he has no chance to critical, so this would be good if he hits. Hey, he hit him, yay. He only has 3 damage left, and I think I have just the character to use to attack him. Now, I was thinking of using Nephany, but then I realized that is not a good idea, so I decided to get Nephany out of there as soon as possible. And I'm actually going to finish the boss with Jill, our newcomer. She needs the experience, and even if she gets hit by this attack, she won't die, so it's kind of a win-win. Although, in one case, she wouldn't gain any experience whatsoever, so whatever. She wouldn't have died, at least. That's good. And we have killed the Seeker. They call me the Seeker. Do 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 do. Okay, sorry, I won't sing Who anymore, the Who anymore. I won't get what I'm after till the day I die. Okay, I'm sorry, I just had to do that. Okay, so we need to finish up this chapter. I'm gonna heal Rolf, even though he has 1 damage, just to give him a little experience. Him being Rise. Okay, move Volk down here, move Ike right here, and let's get this next turn started. Okay, going after Kieran, that's actually not a bad move. Let's see, who else can I attack him with? Well, I'm trying to remember who I actually did attack with, because I don't remember. I think I finished him off with Jill because I wanted to give Jill some experience. The reason why I'm giving Jill so much experience right here is you actually get Jill at a very bad time for her, because this chapter and the next chapter and the chapter even after that, all those chapters have enemies that Jill is generally not as weak to. So you'll see a lot of axe users and just a lot of general lance users as well. So, like, there's not really any sword users in these next few chapters, which is what Jill's strong point is against at this time. So, yeah, we can't really use Jill that much at this time. But then I realized that, well, as long as I give her a Slim Lance and then weaken the Ravens enough so she can actually kill them, she should actually get quite a bit of experience regardless. So I decided to just go ahead and use Jill in that way. Oh, and I finished him off with Nephany because I didn't give Nephany a single level during that entire battle. Oh, okay, she had 12 speed. That would have been enough. I was worried because I did not know how much speed she had. And I guess 12 was enough. You would think a Laguz boss would have a lot of speed, considering it's a Laguz and it's a boss. And a Laguz that attacks twice, that can be a scary situation. Even for a strong character, so you want to be careful with bosses like that. Okay, so now the story is going to commence. We're going to see some more long dialogue segments. We're going to meet some new characters. Some that won't necessarily join us, but just some other ones, some important characters. It seems the land we have arrived on is actually the land of Goldoa. Now, if you remember, Goldoa is the land of dragons. So, Ike is probably scared shitless right now because, I don't know about you, but I would not want to get into a fight with 3 dragons. I mean, look at them. They're bigger than he is. But thankfully, the Prince of Goldoa, named Kurthnaga, actually comes to our rescue. So yeah, we should be very thankful for that. Otherwise, we would be dead in our tracks. Goldoas are very, very strong. Well, dragons, not Goldoas, but I guess it's the same thing regardless. But yeah, dragons are very, very strong. So yeah, they're going to talk about a few things. They're going to help get our ship out from the reef. And then we can continue on our merry way. And since I usually don't like talking about the actual storyline of the game, once again, I'm not going to bother, so I'll talk about the next chapter, which is going to be a very big chapter for me. Chapter 13 is by far, in my book, the hardest chapter in the game. Now, in terms of enemy strength, not the hardest, because the enemies do get stronger as the game goes on, but at this point in the game, this next chapter is hell. It seems like every playthrough of this game, whenever I play that chapter, I have to restart it at least twice because of some mistake or some small error I made that ended up screwing the whole chapter for me. So there are a lot of things that can go wrong in this next chapter, which in my book makes it the hardest chapter in the game. Some people might disagree. Some people might say that, well, enemy strength gets harder on in the later levels and in the last levels, so the last level is the hardest. Well, I agree in that aspect, but the whole point is this chapter is very hard for this point in the game, this next chapter. And I'm just going to say right now, if the next chapter gets delayed a few days, please do not be surprised, because I might have trouble with this next chapter. That's one of the reasons why I'm glad this chapter came before it, so I can make it only 3 videos and then upload all the videos in one day, just so I can have more time to work on the next chapter. Because it could be a very, very difficult chapter. I'm just saying that right now. So yeah, we're glad that the Dragon Prince stepped in and helped us. It's going to change our outlook on the Laguz and the Bjork situation. We're going to start disputing which Laguz are actually good Laguz and which Laguz are bad Laguz. And they're talking about, well, we can apply this to Bjork as well, because there's bad people like Crimea, and there's bad people like good people like Crimea, and bad people like Dayan. But then you also have people like Crimea that are in Toha that are completely ignorant of the situation around us, and then help the enemy army just because we're with Laguz. So, yada yada yada, the whole situation gets all messed up, where we talk about, oh, but we can't differentiate who is good and who is bad, and blah 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 blah, storyline, blah blah, storyline. I think I summed that up pretty well. That's pretty much how it goes. That's really all they talk about. We also learn that both Soren and Nazar hid away from the Dragon Laguz for some reason. We'll learn more about that later on in the game when it becomes, again, more applicable. Anyways, Chapter 13, A Guiding Wind. The chapter I despise most in this game. And there are no little introductions like in other chapters, so Soren's going to give us the report, and then we're going to go to the base, and then we'll be ready to start the next chapter. This has been SlimKirby with Let's Play Fire Emblem Path of Radiance. Hope you enjoyed these videos, and remember, Super Mario World tomorrow, not Path of Radiance. Later, guys. See you next time, whenever that is.